Carol Galvin's story spans 40 years, a life riddled by an eating disorder, alcohol, and drug addiction. Her life spun out of control as she lost custody of her 2 older boys and her newly born child.
I was pregnant at 43, and by that time, it had spiraled from an eating disorder and drinking and using moderately to just full-blown out of control. Just could not manage a single hour without sticking a needle in my arm. Gave birth to my son, Gabriel, and they took him away at birth. No matter how much I loved him and wanted him, I had to hand him over because I couldn't not use.
Carol's life would be reclaimed after being introduced to the Service League of San Mateo County and its substance use disorder program, available at their life-changing Hope Houses.
We did a lot of work in the Hope House. It's not like a place where you just hang out. It's a lot of work because that's what it takes to be in recovery. March 15th of 2000, CPS brought Gabriel back to the Hope House. There was the bassinet sitting there and Karen with her big smile on her face, and she looked at me and she said, Carol, he's here. And I'll never forget that day.
The Service League, in many respects, grew organically to provide services to the inmates in our county jail, and then over the years has been transformed into one of the most critical service providers in San Mateo County.
We're really the safety net for the folks that people often forget about. People being released from jail, people in custody, people that are homeless, people that are in need of substance use disorder treatment.
Service League provides that lifeline to their families, provides support while they're in custody, provides programming to help them with reentry.
They have an incredible record of reduced recidivism, people getting jobs, people getting housing, and becoming productive members of society.
Since its inception, the Service League has forged a compassionate staff committed to the success of the organization. The mission of the Service League is to improve public safety and the entire community by rebuilding lives. Programs include services within the San Mateo County jails and after-release programs at 7 sites in the community, providing humanitarian, educational, substance abuse, recovery, spiritual, and personal growth services.
The Service League is our key partner in providing for many of the needs of our inmate population. There's just a number of activities and needs that these individuals have that we can't provide, and the Service League does it for them and for us.
Each day we interface with not only the inmates inside the jail in custody, but we interface with the deputies and the personnel there, and we have a great partnership and respect for each other's roles.
The Service League also provides Hope Houses for men and women encountering substance use disorders. These safe and supportive homes, coupled with case management, also provide mothers and mothers with infants a structured and warm environment for recovery.
First time I visited Hope House, I was blown away by the real attractive nature of the house, the resources that were there, the young women who had gone sideways in terms of drug addiction, but who were really building their lives again.
When you walk through the doors of Hope House, you don't know what to expect. And you see 12 to 14 women. Some of them they have just come to Hope House and they can hardly look you in the eyes. You have other women that are going to graduate and they have life and hope in them.
I am amazed at the beauty that you see blossom out of these men and women, and because of the nourishment of the love and the education and the therapeutic process that occurs.
I'm a resident at Mike's house. It's a temporary situation for me to process what I need to do in my life and continue on my goals. And at the same time, we get to talk about recovery and talk about certain things that helps each other along the way. And there's a lot of love in that house. So you can't get nothing but positive feedback in there and positive growth.
It is just a miracle to see the seeds that are planted and then the beautiful flowers that come from the process of recovery.
As a nonprofit organization, the Service League relies on people like you to volunteer as well as financial contributions to this vital resource in San Mateo County.
I think the most important role that can be played by any community-based organization, and the Service League does it tremendously, it really tries to help reduce recidivism in our jails. They give them all the necessary tools to be able to get back into society, have a job, and really become more productive.
Here through the Service League, I've gotten to meet and know people up front and realize we've changed lives. We have made it to where they're no longer coming back into the system. And not just that, they're becoming productive members of our community. And that is a spectacular role and why I am so supportive of what the Service League does.
The value of the Service League can't be measured sometimes with data. It's measured by touching people's lives, and keeping families together, I think, is one of the important aspects where many of these folks have nowhere else to turn, and they know that there's hope.
My oldest son, who's 29, got involved with meth. To have someone incarcerated is devastating on families. Anna asked me if I would like to sit at the desk in the lobby at the jail. So I've been there almost a year now, and people want to vent, people cry on my shoulder.
It is very, very, very important to volunteer physically, but I think that people need to put their money where their mouth is, and I think people need to open their checkbooks and give where their heart is.
Carol Galvin is a testament to the success of the Service League. Clean and sober for 14 years, Carol's strength and commitment to turning her life around serves as an example that we all deserve a second chance. She is a mentor to those who struggle with substance use disorders and brings a unique perspective in her role as a board member for the Service League.
You know, I came to the Hope House a broken mess of a woman with tons of trouble and just absolutely no hope. And by going through the Hope House and becoming part of the Service League and the whole organization, I'm not that woman anymore. I was on housing when I first came to the Hope House. I'm a homeowner now. Beginning of my job, I started out entry-level beginning work, and now I'm like the boss of my department at Stanford University. My boys are like my best friends now. I have all of my sons back in my life, and we have a relationship that is just like out of this world. I'm a whole woman who just has her whole life to live, and I'm about to live it to the fullest until I don't have any more breath left in me.